27th of March 2020, Rottnest Island was closed to the public, to be used as a quarantine zone. Today, 6th of June 2020, Rottnest reopened to the public, 40 days later. Today is also the 76th anniversary of D-Day.
Hi, welcome back to Aquatic Australia. I'm your host Sharky Jones, and today we're diving from motor vessel Blue Destiny. We couldn't dive Shark Cave as planned due to conditions. Instead, we dived the unknown wreck southwest of Rottnest in 26 meters. Arriving on bottom, we see the ship's boiler emerge from the gloom. Today, I'm diving with my friend Leslie. A large sponge sits in the foreground, while behind it, a red-lipped moorwheel is startled and takes off. Following the drive shaft, we find the ship's propeller. It makes for a good photograph. Around the wreck, there are a few small lumps of reef and ledges holding some crayfish and schools of damselfishes. Our air and no decompression limits or bottom time has come into an end, so we slowly make our ascent to the boat. Between dives we have lunch, then with the seas forecast to be calmer, we go back to Shark Cave, but it's still too rough. Instead we go to dive Crystal Palace, another of my favourite dive sites around Rottnest. We anchor about 90 meters north of the big cave. There's a strong swell on the site. Hunting around while south of the boat, I find plenty of ledges, but today I just can't find the big cave. A school of footballer sweeps pass between me and another diver. They're named after their bright colours, which are reminiscent of a footballer's jersey. In one of the holes, I find a huge pile of shells and a dead crayfish. I look for, but I can't find, an octopus. Under a ledge, I see a number of crayfish living alongside banded cleaner shrimps. I find several of these guys on this dive. Banded cleaner shrimp set up cleaning stations where fish and other animals come to have it be cleaned and have the parasites removed in an act of symbiosis. About 100 meters or more south of the boat, I turn around and start heading back, but this time I head a little more to the east on my return route. A school of skippy passes by, feeding periodically on the bottom, then moving on to another patch. Under a ledge, I find over 8 crayfish. That's great if you're crayfishing, but I'm looking for interesting things to photograph. On the way back, I find the entrance to the big cave, but by now I've only got 60 bar left and I have to get back to the boat. I had a fun dive, but it was a bit disappointing and frustrating. I think I went too far south, but I missed it by only a few meters to the west and I'd have seen it. Despite frustrations such as 3 computers malfunctioning and the weather, it was a fun day out, thanks Blue Destiny.
Let's have a look at the still photographs taken on the dives.